Hey, what's going on everyone? This is Chase here at Rocky Mountain. Thank you so much for checking in. So today I'm going to show you the two mountain bike helmets that we have from MSR. You have the Momentum, which is the full face, then you have the MT1, the open. And I'll talk about both these, which one might be best for you, or maybe you need both. We'll talk about that as well. But do not hesitate as I talk about these helmets. Please comment down below, leave the questions, your comments as we go through and we talk about these. We'll make sure that we get your questions answered. I've had the time or the chance to ride in both these helmets, so I'll give you some feedback there as well. But what's great about these is that they're both super lightweight, they're both comfortable, they both have the MIPS liner system, so they're very protective, but they're also very affordable helmets as well. So make sure with both these, use the sizing chart. That's going to tell you what size you are going to need. And we have our fit guarantee. If you buy one of these, if you're not happy with how they fit, you can send them back in brand new unused condition. It's very important for a helmet to be as safe as possible. It's got to fit correctly. So make sure it fits. If it doesn't, we give you free shipping both ways on that first exchange to make sure you do get the size and the fit that's going to be best for you. Let's start with the MT1. So the MT1, if you're a cross-country or trail rider just looking for a good, lightweight, comfortable fitting helmet, but also does have good safety with the EPS and the MIPS liner system. Both these helmets have MIPS. And if you're not familiar with MIPS, it stands for Multi-Directional Impact Protection System. And we see MIPS in a ton of helmets, both for mountain bike and for dirt bikes. And the reason that it's so beneficial and why so many companies use it is it creates a low friction slip zone in between your head and the actual EPS and shell of the helmet. And the reason that it's so beneficial and why it works so well is that when you go down, you know, that sudden stop when you have the impact is what can cause a lot of the damage to your head and your brain. And so by having that in there, it creates a slip zone. So that way, when you do have that impact, your head can continue to rotate or slip just a little bit inside the helmet, which helps reduce and mitigate those forces. And it might not seem like much, but it works. That's why so many companies use it. What's nice though is that when you put this helmet on, you've got the dial here in the back. So you just take that, you can hear it. That's just gonna cinch down that cradle inside there and get that as snug as you're going to want it. So when I ride, if I'm wearing an open face helmet, when I'm climbing, I'll leave it a little bit looser, but what's nice is that just before I start to go downhill, I'll reach back, I'll give it a few clicks, tighten it up just a little bit before I start to descend. Now, another important note on this helmet when it comes to the fit is that it's gonna be hard to see, but underneath the MIPS liner, there is adjustment points for that plastic cradle. And you can move it down or up, and it's just gonna be a rider preference. When I first put this helmet on, I felt like this piece or this portion of the helmet that sits at the bottom was a little bit too high, so I adjusted it down. And for me, it made the fit a little bit better. So, you know, experiment with that. If you put the helmet on, you're like, yeah, it's comfortable, it's good. Well, I would still try those different locations with that liner just to see if maybe there's a little bit better setting for you. But another cool feature about the MT1 that I really like is the Fidlock chin strap system. This is something that I've really come to appreciate with mountain bike helmets. It's magnetic closure, so it's literally a one-handed operation. Very easy to use, and I'll talk about why I love that so much, especially with the Momentum here in just a moment. But so that's very easy to operate. Again, you don't have to worry about that coming undone when you do go down in a crash. So it's all certified, so it's a great system. I really like it. You've also got this pad right here on the neck strap just to make sure it's not gonna be chafing or digging in while you're riding. Now, last thing with this, you can see a lot of cutouts on here. It's gonna help this thing breathe really well. Like I said, for me, it was comfortable, wore it all day, zero issues. Now you move on and you have the Momentum. So the Momentum is gonna be for riders. So this is really a downhill helmet built for aggressive riding, being full face, but you can see it still has a ton of cutouts. It's very lightweight. So I weighed this in a size large. It was 1 pound, 10 ounces, about 750 grams. So it's still got enough cutouts and it's light enough that you can still use it to climb in. If you're just a trail and XC rider, then I would say, yeah, get the open face, get the MT1. But if you're like me where you like to go and do some rough, rowdy downhill descents on your rides, then this is gonna be a really good option. Now, I spent an entire day in this, 10, 11 hours on the bike wearing the Momentum. Is it as cool as the MT1? No, it's gonna trap in a little bit more heat. You still get a ton of airflow with all the cutouts, but when it comes to just climbing in hot weather, yeah, it's going to be a little bit warmer, especially because when you look at the liner on the inside, you're going to have more contact points on your head, you know, with the cheek pads, the bottom of the comfort liner here. But overall, it still does a phenomenal job of getting a lot of airflow going through. This type of helmet is becoming very popular for e-bikes as well, because on e-bikes, you know, you're going to be going a little bit faster uphill. And so, you know, I say, if you're going to be doing any type of riding where you for a split second think, you know what, it might be nice, or I probably should have a full face helmet, then this is a really good style of helmet for you. Now, a couple nice things about this. Again, you've got the MIPS liner system like the MT1. When you buy this, so you've got the comfort liner in here, which for me was super comfortable. Like I said, 10, 11 hours in the helmet, had no hot spots, no pinch points. It was comfortable the entire day. But you will get an extra comfort liner for this helmet. So the entire comfort liner, and the one that comes extra is going to be a little bit thicker, and then the cheek pads are also going to be thicker as well. And this is just going to allow you to go through, try the helmet on, and if you feel like, you know what, I want to be a little bit more snug around the crown or in the cheek pad area, you can swap these in and out as needed to get the fit that's going to be best for you. What I recommend is anytime you buy any helmet, you know, with it being a full face, take the cheek pads out, put the helmet on, make sure the crown of the helmet fits correctly first, and then put the cheek pads in and figure out what cheek pad's going to be best for you. That's the order that I would go through and do that. You've got the Fidlock chin strap, again, just like the MT1 with that pad. Like I said, if you're going to be doing climbing and rowdy descents and you want a helmet that's built to give you kind of the best of both worlds, then the Momentum is going to be the option for you. Or maybe you just need both. If you're like me, there's plenty of days where I wear an open face. I'm not too worried about doing anything too crazy on the way down. But then there's going to be days where when I rode this all day long, where you're going fast, you're doing things where you probably should have a full face helmet on, but you're still going to be doing some climbing. You need some breathability. This thing is excellent. Now, if you have questions or comments about these, make sure to leave those down below. We'll help get those answered. To grab one, it's really simple. Click on the link or head over to RockyMountATVMC.com. You can also check out some of the other great gear that MSR has. They've got the Zone knee guards, which I wear, which I really like. They've got the Ridge sunglasses and some other goodies, so be sure to check those out. As always, we ship for free over 75 bucks. If you want to stay up to date on videos like this, get subscribed to the Rocky Mountain YouTube channel, hit the notification bell, and you'll be good to go. I'm Chase, and we'll see you on the trails.